Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're on a very different kind of video because today we're on F1 2020. I've decided to change the subject a bit and the game a bit in order to expand the channel, and maybe I'll make more viewers and I'll be more popular this way. And it's another game that I really enjoy and like playing in my free time, so I decided to use it for my YouTube channel as well. For those of you guys who do play Top 11 but do not watch Formula One or do not have any knowledge of what Formula One is, um, uh, firstly, it's a racing contest, I can say, a racing sport. Many of you guys might have at least heard of it once because it is still a popular sport, and despite not being as popular as football, it does have quite some success. It has many millions, if not even billions, of fans around the world, and it's a sport in which many millions and billions of dollars and euros are spent. And the F1 game on YouTube has a better success than the top 11 game. So I decided to give it a try as well, and here we are in our first F1 related video. I'm going for a one-shot qualifying. I'm going to try and make the videos as short as possible because what I play in my free time are actually races that are as long as the real life ones, which take around 1.5 hours. Now so first you need to know there might be some lag. I'll explain soon why. And yes, it's lagging a lot. So, for those of you guys who do watch F1 in real life but do not know what the game is, all you need to know is that we're playing the mode called My Team, where you create your own team. You pick initially a teammate to play to compete with you from F2 mostly. I got Jack Aitken for this particular career mode, and you're fighting against the actual real life teams, but it's AI controlled. And the game is pretty fun. I really enjoy this My Team idea, developing a car and fighting against the best of the best. Now, the first races that I record be uh, might be quite lame actually because when I play in my free time, I use a wheel. I have a steering wheel especially designed for the PlayStation, and I play it on the PS at the steering wheel. And I haven't used the controller for F1 for many months now. You can see we only qualify in P12, so I have to get used again to the controller and what the controls actually are there. Um, it's not that easy because there's a big difference between the controller on the PlayStation and the actual steering wheel that I have. So yeah, it might go kind of worse. I set the difficulty of the AI so that I have competition so that I don't beat them all by many laps difference. I want to have a competition. I set the AI in order to fight in the top, but not be always at the actual top. So fight among Mercedes and Ferrari and the top teams, but not always win. And since we have this difficulty and controls that I'm not used to, we might see some awkward results. And now let's explain why the game might be lagging. It's because um, I use what is called PS Remote Play, which is sort of an app for the PC so that you can see the PlayStation screen on your PC. And that's what I use to play this PS4 game on my PC. And here we are, ready to start the race. And here we go. I hope you enjoy it. And we're off to a very laggy start. Sorry about that.
A few minutes later.
Now, I'm sorry for that. It was very laggy and it actually disconnected the PC from the PlayStation. Because that's what happens when it is so laggy, it actually loses all connection. Now, this is what actually happened. I crossed the line too far and collided with Hamilton. I thought Hamilton got pole. Apparently, he got a 10th place grid penalty, awful for him. Great start for us, actually. At the second start, of course. And we're up into P8. No, we're not. We've been spun around by Perez, and despite having only 5 laps, we actually will use all of the flashbacks we need to get through this without damage. And we're now up to P5. It's a great first corner. And I've got the two Ferraris up front, Vettel and Leclerc. Let's go to this. Making the dive on Vettel wasn't that hard, to be honest. See if we can catch Leclerc later on this lap. But that's a badly taken corner right there. And Leclerc is kind of getting a gap. Now Vettel is coming for me. He's not at all reducing the gap. Um, and actually with P4, ooh, with that corner there. I don't like that corner because the elevation differs a lot and it actually sends me where I shouldn't be, far away from the racing line. But what I was saying, oh yeah, I'm not disappointed with P4 because on the racing wheel I also get P4s or even less. Um, this is how I set up the difficulty and the fact that I got used during the free practices that I didn't record. The fact that I got used to the controls on the PlayStation controller after playing many months only on the wheel is actually something to be proud of. A bit of lag there, but nothing to disconnect me from the PlayStation, as we're still followed closely by Sebastian Vettel. Now, he's in P5 and Leclerc's in P3, and I have to say Leclerc is in a somewhat realistic position. Leclerc didn't have such a bad season. But Vettel in P5, now that sounds pretty unrealistic. Maybe if he had a 10 place or penalty to do at the end of the race, aka being P15, it would have looked more like the real life was places that Vettel got in the 2020 season, but they didn't race at Spain anyway this season. It got cancelled due to COVID. Now, Leclerc is already around 3 seconds away. We're not going to get any DRS on him. We're just going to let him go and fight for Verstappen and Bottas for the podium spots, as we're going to stay here and hopefully defend ourselves from Sebastian Vettel. Um, Sainz sitting there in P6, probably waiting for Vettel to make an error and jump in the top 5. Would be a nice result for the McLaren. As we take that corner a bit too wide, greatly follow the racing line here. And yeah, let's continue. I shall continue explaining what PS remote play is. Now, um, PS remote play connects through the internet the PS4 screen to the PC. So basically, if somebody from my family um, heads to the PS4, they will see exactly what you see right now, the car moving and me flashbacking and so on. And actually, it's a it's not a split screen. It's screen mirroring between the PlayStation PS4 that I own and the PC that I have, because the PC that I have is pretty old and its graphics are from Intel. And to be honest, in terms of gaming, this PC is absolute garbage. This is why I have the PS Remote Play, because this PC is very far away from running the PC version of F1 2020, and I have to use PS Remote Play to play it on the PS4 technically and record this from my PC. Now, it's already lap 4 out of 5. We're going to soon enter the last lap of this race, and we pretty much already know the standings in the P5 in the top 5. We've got Bottas leading the way and most probably winning this Grand Prix. Well, not Grand Prix. In French, Grand Prix means big big prize. That's the literal translation. With Grand being big and Prix prize. Now, um, I these are not big prizes. It's not a big race. It's a 5 lap race. In real life, I think the Spanish Grand Prix would be like 12 times bigger, if not even more. So it's not a Grand Prix. It's a I don't know the word in French for short. Don't remember it. It's a short Prix. Let's just call it that way. And we're already into lap 5. It's the last corners, the last sector of this race. And Valtteri Bottas is the race winner, the official race winner, with Verstappen taking P2, Leclerc in P3, and me actually taking P4. I'm quite proud of this result. You can see I'm doing some kind of celebration. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This was my video for today, and we're going to see each